Young girl, get out of my mind. My thoughts for you are way out of line. I'm so horny. Yes, D is horny. Chilling at the crib watching Kardashians rolling blunt after blunt. Now the party begins. I got my little black book and I'm looking.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Everett Anthony here, Ill House Comedy Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I got my family member in the house today, my boy Jonathan, my cousin. Yo, what's going on, dude?
What's good, cuz? How you doing?
Doing great. So, tell me a little bit about that basketball thing you do.
Yeah, so for anybody that don't know, which you probably won't because I'm first time guest on the show, I'm in a wheelchair. I have spina bifida, so I do adaptive sports and I play wheelchair basketball. And it's pretty much the same shit you see in able bodies except we're in chairs. You know, we have a regulation goal, so anything you see LeBron James play with will have the same goal. So we shoot the same height. Regulation court is the same as everything you see in able body sports, in able body basketball. So it's pretty much the same.
What that one movie they had? What was that? That deaf.
Murder Ball. That was based on quad rugby.
Now, is that like real? Like, is that?
That's real. Yeah. If you ever watch quad rugby for quadriplegics, I don't qualify for it because I'm a paraplegic. I'm not quad, so I can't play quad rugby. Yeah, but that movie, it's a complete accurate depiction. It's crazy, man.
You watched some of those?
I have a few teammates of mine who are quads, and they play for the local quad rugby team, and it's loud when they crash. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not a quad because I would not play that.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking nuts.
Nuts.
So you got a tournament coming up pretty soon?
Our season starts in September, so probably October, November will be our first tournament of the year. Normally, our tournaments go from October to March because of March, our nationals are in March. So we'll get tournaments once, maybe even twice a month, depending on when they are. And you'll go from October to March. And
nice.
That's it. So.
Cool. And you guys, is there any money involved in this stuff, or?
No, it's recreational.
Yeah.
You could to get paid to play wheelchair basketball. It's overseas. So
okay.
If you actually get good enough, you can go play overseas and get paid. It's not here domestically in the States. They tried a couple of times to get a league, to get paid to play here, and it just never materialized. But yeah, overseas in Europe, like Italy, Spain, you can go and play.
Any of your people from your team went over there yet? Like, you know anybody?
I know one. There is a guy named Paul Schulte. He's pretty much the Michael Jordan of wheelchair basketball.
Nice.
He was born and raised in Sarasota, where you're from.
All right.
And so he went to college at UTAA, which is one of the biggest. It's like the Alabama of our sport.
Nice.
They're like the dominant one. And then he went and he played a couple years over there. He's done the Paralympics and represented USA, won a gold medal, and things like that. So yeah, that's mainly the one that's locally we know that plays here, and a teammate of mine. I've had other guys come down and just play and hang out like scrimmage and stuff because we actually have here locally Top End, which is one of the top two brands and manufacturers of wheelchair sports as far as like the wheelchairs themselves. They make wheelchair like basketballs, wheelchair basketball chairs and softball chairs, and so guys would come down and when they pick up the chairs, they'll be like, "Oh, let's go play with the Strong Dogs," which is the team I play for. And
now, if you have like a basketball wheelchair, like is that different than like your normal wheelchair? Can you just roll around in it every day, or you switch them out?
Yeah, it's different because mainly the main one, they're lighter than everyday chairs, and
but when you want that every day, like no.
Yeah, like they're starting to make them lighter the everyday, but mainly. How they do it is, one, you're going to be sitting, more straight up or lower or taller depending on
what sport you're playing.
Yeah, than your everyday.
Yeah.
And the more camber in your wheels.
All right.
So it's made to have your camber, which means for people who don't know what camber is, your wheels are tilted.
Yeah.
More slanted.
Definitely. And it does have a little bit of a bounce, so it kind of comes down like some shock kind of system.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely.
But back in the day, they did play with everyday chairs.
If you look,
there was no anti-tip bar, so you were tipping. Like now, like you can't tip backwards.
And
pretty
you
much.
also realize this, right? That those guys back in the day that used to use those wheelchairs are calling you a fucking pussy right now.
Oh,
They
no
see
doubt.
that, right?
Yeah, because I'm the third youngest guy on my team.
Yeah.
But
How
pretty
old are
much,
you?
I'm 26.
26, all right.
So there's like another guy's like 23 and 21. But
Nice.
mainly my guys are like in their 30s, their 40s, or even someone in like their 50s. So they know about all the back in the day, and they talk about all the time. Like, we're gonna practice in our everydays to throw back. And I'll be honest, I'm like, no, the fuck, I'm not. I'm going home if you think that shit's gonna happen.
You're like, bitch, I didn't pay all this money.
Yeah, I didn't pay
fucking
$3 grand for
bomb-ass
this shit.
thing.
I'd be like, I'm gonna practice in my everyday.
In my
no.
everyday, yeah.
Yeah, fuck no.
It's like wearing your busted up gym sneakers to play Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
like
wearing fucking
exactly.
LeBrons
Like,
when
hey,
I
for
play
real, like I
ball.
bought LeBrons, but not want to use these
Yeah, for what?
the beat up Nikes that I got.
Fuck my toes up and shit.
For
my
real,
butt.
yeah. Like nah. Like
Yo.
you guys can do that. I'm playing
Yeah.
in my ball chair.
So is there anybody out there that plays in a regular chair, or they all got the legit chairs?
For my team, they got all legit chairs. Like I said, top end is right basically in our backyard, so we can just go there and be like, hey, we want new chairs, and get them quicker than like normally it'll take like 6 to 8 weeks if you order a chair
Special
to get
order.
to get your chair. Now, because for us, it takes like 2 weeks.
Nice.
So it's like, yo, we just gotta pay the money to
Hook you
get
guys
it.
up.
Yeah, but yeah, some of the old school guys, you see like they're still playing in their old school chairs. Some guys are like, nah, I'm not messing with that. I'm like, there's one guy for Music City, Tennessee. He's in an old school chair. Like you can tell right off the bat, there's no anti-tip bars, and also when the game is done, he just puts his everyday wheels on and he's out the gym. And it's like, oh, he's playing in his everyday chair.
So is there a dude? Have you seen a dude in an everyday chair? Sorry about that. In case you guys are wondering what the hell all the background noise is, we're outside. We're on St. Pete Beach. We're balling out of control right now. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Chilling.
So if you in like Canada or something, you like visible. I'm sorry, it's not our fault. We live in the right state.
All right.
But so, what the hell was I saying? Where was I at? What was I just talking about? I was about to. So is there anybody you ever seen in a regular wheelchair playing ball, and you thought to yourself, that dude's really good. If he had the right wheelchair, he'd be even better. But I'm happy he's not in the right wheelchair.
Oh, for sure. It's not even just playing like in your everyday. What the great thing about getting a sports chair is that it's specifically fit to you. All the dimensions, the measurements, because I'm saying like
it matters how long your arms are.
Exactly, all of that. Like your side. Like for me, like for people who don't know, I'm pretty small guy. I'm 5 foot tall. Like if I was saying, I'm 5 foot tall, and I'm pretty skinny. So I sit low in a chair, and I have and I'm like my seat width is like 12 inches.
Yeah.
But like a guy for like my Uncle Gerald, your brother, he was sitting the maximum height is 21.
Yeah.
So he was sitting in a chair that's 21 and wide as fuck.
Gerald would sit in one of those basic ass chairs you see at the hospital. That's what
exactly.
he would sit in.
Yeah,
Just
right.
wheel his ass out the way because he ain't play no goddamn sport.
Yeah,
Let's
if he
keep it
would,
real.
yeah.
He
But
might jump in the water every once in a while when sharks are around. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
That's about all you're getting out of
So
it.
yeah, that's the benefit of getting like specially made wheelchair sports chairs is that it's specifically made to you to advance your skills.
What's the most expensive badass chair you can get? Like, what do those run?
Shit, right now they top end recently, and there's top end in Performax. Performax is based out of Texas.
Yeah.
Because the dude.
Shout out Texas. What's happening?
Yeah, because the dude, I just now can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Nah, it's cool. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I can't remember, but he went to school at a UTA, like I said, is the Alabama of our sport.
That's
and
what I was going to ask you.
there, and he said, fuck it, I'm going to start my own manufacturer, and he did, and
Took off.
Yeah, and now it's right there with top, because all you had was top end for wheelchair sports chairs, and now you got top end and Performax, and it's a great chair. I do top end because it's right here, but...
So colleges, like the legit colleges, do they have teams like with colleges?
Yeah, like so like UTA, you got Whitewater, which is in Wisconsin, Illinois, the University of Illinois got a team. You got Mizzou got a team.
So there's a decent amount of colleges out there.
Exactly,
that have.
but like
dope.
if I were to like the able-bodied, UTA is probably like a D3 school for able-bodied sports, and like Whitewater is probably like a D3 school for able-bodied sports.
Definitely.
But like you do got like some D1 schools like Mizzou and Illinois that have started. Alabama, speaking of Alabama,
Big one?
Yeah, they
And
have.
you said that shit with energy, like you got excited when you said,
Yeah.
is that a big one? It's like, is it a good one?
Yeah, well, Alabama. I mean, the University of Alabama.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
is
I'm
the
saying?
team good or?
The team actually just won. Both their men and women's team just won the national championship last year.
I was about to say, you said that. You might not even have noticed it, but you
Yeah.
said that shit with excitement. You were
Yeah,
like,
because I mean,
Alabama.
because people know Alabama, so
You
we think like
basically-
they start a university. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? When they start a adaptive sports program for people to go to college, full ride scholarships and play ball or whatever other sport they have.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, pretty big deal.
you don't realize it, but you pretty much let all the other colleges know, look, bitch, if I am going to go to college and play some fucking wheelchair basketball, Alabama, that's who needs to call me. The rest of you can suck my ass. That's what you
Yeah.
basically said.
True, I would go to Alabama or I would go to UTA.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I got teammates, a few of mine that actually have gone out UTA, and I know like the coach and stuff, and it's a mad cool school.
All right, yo, let's dive into these topics. Have you ever noticed this? And I want to know what's going on. If a holiday happens to fall on a Wednesday,
During the week. Yeah.
Yep, the weekend before and the weekend after is like, let's say 4th of July is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend before is 4th of July weekend. The weekend after is 4th of July weekend. Have
Yeah.
you noticed that shit?
Yeah, oh yeah, people, oh yeah, they definitely stretch that shit out and definitely take advantage of it. You know, like, oh, I'm not going to go to school, work or school on
Taking the
Tuesday,
weekend.
and I'm not going to work or school on Thursday, even though it's just Wednesday. It's like,
Yeah,
what
it's
the
like-
fuck?
It's like, what's going on? It's like
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo in the States.
Yeah.
We're celebrating our asses off, and it's not till what, like September in Mexico or something?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing
But it's
right
in
now?
May here, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's
Fuck
June
it.
something, right? It's like,
Yeah, it's May 5th. It's here.
Oh, is
It's
it?
safe.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I was thinking my
officially
daughter's
here.
birthday for some reason.
Yeah. Shout out to your daughter.
Holla.
Who's probably running around crazy right now.
Oh yeah, she's like, where's my dad?
Right? She's probably freaking out.
Where's my dad? She's like a crackhead. She's all
Yeah.
itching. Where's my dad? Where's he
Yeah,
at?
yeah, if you ever see Everett out with his daughter, she is definitely a daddy's girl.
Yeah, she's a pain in the ass.
That too.
Like, I love her to death, but she's a pain
Go
in the
play.
ass.
Go play with your cousins.
When you get older and you listen to this, you're a pain in the ass. Just hope you know that. But I
with
love
love.
you.
With
Yeah,
love, but you were
100%.
pain in the ass when you were younger.
Yeah, leave me alone. Stop
Right.
touching me all the time.
Right?
All right, so, but the thing is, it's like, why do we have to wait for a holiday to, like, we have the weekend before, the weekend after, but why do we need an excuse like a holiday? We are grown-ass people. We have money.
Yeah.
Why don't, let's just say, hey, let's get on Facebook or Twitter and be like, hey, everybody, let's pretend like this weekend's a holiday. Let's
Yeah.
all just party. Like, let's
Yeah,
get
or
together.
not even pretend it's a holiday. Just be like, yo, let's get
Let's get
together.
together.
Like you don't, like you said, you don't need a holiday or a birthday or some type of event to be like, yo, we are planning to party on this week, and then the following week we're going to continue it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need a specific reason, a specific holiday or a special occasion or something big.
Definitely.
Like we're going to hang out and chill
And-
and
and-
party and get drunk. Like nowadays, like you said, you need a reason to go
An
out and get party.
excuse.
Yeah, and get
We don't
drunk.
need an
It's like,
excuse.
Who the fuck cares? People gonna judge you. Who the fuck cares? I'm living my life. You live your life.
Think about this too. We're basically sheep because we have to wait for the government to give us a holiday. Like,
Yeah.
what? Well, like we're just no.
Yeah.
Let's make a new holiday. Let's make a social media holiday. Let's make our
Like
own shit.
okay, it's a holiday, so I can drink and drive. And like you said, the government, the cops will let me go because they
No.
understand. Like no motherfucker, they're gonna arrest your ass regardless if you get caught.
You actually might be onto something. Maybe they have this shit all set up. They're like, look, let's make a holiday for these motherfuckers. They're gonna get drunk. They're gonna drive. We're gonna arrest them.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a whole damn racket they got going on. They got this shit all
Oh,
planned out. We don't even
for
fucking
sure.
know it. It could be. I mean, I don't
Because
know.
how many, like you see, like just cops lined up on the road during holidays? You're like,
Yeah.
I've never seen you motherfuckers in my life on this road.
And why?
And now
do-
you're now 4 of you are here.
Why do we post? Why do we post where the DUI checkpoints are going to be? What kind of game are we playing? Like, if you're trying to catch us, just be out there. Don't post where it shouldn't be a right for us to know. We're not supposed to be drinking and driving
Anyway,
anyway,
right? It's supposed to be against the law, period, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. I thought about this too. Like, I don't condone drinking and driving, but would you like? Can you not say honestly? People can hold their liquor different. Not
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody's the same.
Everyone's alcohol tolerance is completely different.
So I'm not 100% sure what the legal limit is to be drinking and driving. Do you know that?
0.7, 0.8?
Yes, I don't know. I'll go with
might
that.
be off, but I think it's somewhere around there. I might be off. Don't hold me to it,
Yeah.
listeners. Like,
yo, if you listen,
it's also different in each state, I believe. I don't think it's a federal
Is it? See,
across
it
the
doesn't
country.
make any sense.
I think it's state by state. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's state by state.
But
how that works.
We live in the same country. Why do we have different rules in different states?
Bro, that's a whole podcast we could do about different
definitely.
state laws.
I think I touched on that before.
Yeah,
but-
they're like state laws for a whole bunch of different shit.
So my purpose is so definitely somebody can drink 4 beers and be completely fine driving. Somebody else can maybe drink 4 beers and really be drunk. So shouldn't it be maybe classes out there that we can go to? Maybe you got to go there 3 weekends in a row. And you're like, well, this is a hassle. But if you want to be able to drink a little bit more and not get arrested, you got to do it. So you go there 3 weekends in a row, they get you drunk, and then they put you in a driving simulation, and they find out how many beers or what alcohol level you're at, and you're allowed to drive. And then you get a card, basically. You get a license that shows the cop when they pull you over, okay, I can drink a little more than a normal person and be fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. But also, what you could do is just rely on, field sobriety tests. If you get pulled over, you got to walk in that straight line type of shit. Do that more, because that can tell you, okay, that person is more coherent in their functions or more than another person, right?
That is true. But
they can do stuff like that, but they don't. They just, okay, breathe into this. Well, that's the legal limit. You're over it. Get your ass in my police car.
And if you don't
blow, I'm fine.
If you don't blow, you lose your license automatically.
Yeah, you're automatically arrested. You're automatically fucked.
Yeah. But how about this? Real quick, right now, right off the top of your head, do your ABCs backward right now. Go.
Z.
Oh yeah.
X, Y.
So you've been drinking today? Are you drunk right now?
I've been drinking. I don't
Not a lot, though.
No, not a lot. No, I literally had
so
2 beers and a margarita.
So your theory on let's do more of this stuff's not going to work because I can't do my ABCs back right out of bed.
It's more not necessarily school related, because I don't care. Even if I was sober, I wouldn't be able to do that.
So just
shit.
walking the line.
Yeah, do something like that. Your functions,
okay, well, let me ask you a
reaction
question.
to stuff.
Let me ask you a question though. You're in a wheelchair, so what do they do for you when it comes to actual walking the line? Do they do anything with that?
I got pulled over once. It wasn't because I was drinking and driving. I wasn't driving. I wasn't under the influence of anything. And
they thought you were though.
Huh?
They thought you were drinking?
No, they pulled. I think my taillight was out or something.
Okay.
But they pulled me over, and I did the first thing I did was mention I'm in a wheelchair in case he asked me to step out of the car. Yo, I got a wheelchair.
Yeah.
In case you want me to go get it, and I'm reaching back there. Don't shoot my ass because I'm not getting a gun. I'm getting my chair.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for me, people don't know, I have to literally pick my chair up and bring it over me and put it in the back seat.
Yeah.
So it's in the back seat. So I have to reach over and bring it out. So
if you don't know, he's paralyzed from the waist down, so he actually has this whole setup. In case some people don't know, it's little paddle shifters with the gas and the brake on his wheelchair. So he can drive himself. He grabs his wheelchair. He's good as shit at it.
Yeah, but that's something I think that you do is more of your functions than just a number.
Think about this: how many people maybe had 3 beers in them, got pulled over, did a breathalyzer, got a DUI? But the only reason they were swerving a little bit is if they just went and got an alignment on their car the week before,
yeah,
they would have never got pulled over.
They would have been fine.
They were not swerving. It's just their damn car was kind of moving over, and they were adjusting it. I mean,
PSA: keep up with the maintenance of your car.
For real, unless you ain't got the money, then you got to keep that steering wheel straight, yo.
For real.
Pay attention. You've been drinking.
If nothing else, gas, oil change, and alignment. Just don't get pulled over.
That's all I do, man.
Yeah,
I don't even know how my truck's still running.
Right.
Toyota, shout out Toyota if you want to be a sponsor.
For real.
Yo, speaking of all this driving and stuff, do you pay attention to gas prices when you're driving around town?
For sure. I will literally run my car basically on empty just to see.
To find the cheapest one?
Yeah.
How many times have you done that you end up finding something more expensive because you had to get gas? It's
I will, pretty much every time.
All right, now stop here. This is the most expensive place.
Yeah. The only time if I know, because there's a racetrack right across the street from my house.
Nice.
So
They're usually cheap too.
Yeah, so I know it's cheap, so I'm like, okay, I can make it there. So I know, but like I said, I'm just driving, I don't really know what's cheap, what's not. Every time I'm like, fuck, I should have I'm at the 7-Eleven that's cheaper than the Circle K or something.
Now my ex-wife,
More expensive.
You know Tracy, so
yeah.
She was big on that. Anywhere we would drive, even if she wasn't driving, she just noticed it. She kept an eye out. She's like, oh, that's cheaper. And I would tell her, look, let's say this place is 15 cents cheaper for 15 gallons. You just saved $2.25. You do realize that, right? It's $2, but it's not that much to
Yeah.
worry about. Like
Exactly.
that's one less thing I don't worry about for $2.
Maybe that buys you candy at the movie theaters, but like you said, what is that $2.25 really getting you in the long run?
for you to constantly be paying attention and worrying and stressing out, it's just not that big for me. I actually have a theory that GPS is the reason why gas prices are so much, and they're also the reason why. Have you ever used your GPS and they took you the longest way to get there possible?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the GPS kicks back money to the gas stations, and that's why the GPS always sends you the long way, because you got to drive longer. Now you need more gas.
That's the thing too with like GPS. If you know, like wherever you're going is having tolls, and like let's say you have a SunPass here in Florida or ePass, and you know like you can go like the toll road, do that because GPS automatically will have you avoid that shit, but it's longer.
And I'm telling you, I think it's because they're in cahoots with the gas stations. You burn your gas up more. I mean,
I have family in Orlando, and I'm not like I don't memorize like where they live, but I know to get to Orlando is like toll roads and like the expressways and things like that. So even though the GPS is yelling, "Don't go this way," I'm going this way because I know it's the fastest way to get there, and I don't have to. And who cares? I have the SunPass anyway, so I'm spending money, but that's why I bought it for, so I can go the fastest, shortest route.
Definitely.
And just get me to the exact house when I'm in the neighborhood. Okay, turn left, turn right, do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as getting on I-75 or I-4, I know, okay, I could go that way, and I'm going the right direction.
Definitely.
Yeah, so GPS is completely let me avoid toll roads because maybe people don't want to pay it. So invest in a SunPass if you're in Florida.
For real.
Or an ePass if that's a whole countrywide thing.
I got the SunPass, but I got the new ones. You know, have you seen new ones? That like, remember back in the day, them things were like a big brick.
Yeah, they're
Now it's a sticker.
Yeah,
right?
now it's a sticker like you just put on your windshield.
And to me,
that's
I'm
what
like,
I have. I have the sticker that's like right on the windshield.
In my head, I'm like, how's this working? How they scanning that? And in my head too, I close my eyes because you know when you drive through, it says thank you. Mm-hmm. I close my eyes just in case my card's still not working, and it says like you didn't pay. And I'm like, oh, they'll send me the bill in the mail. I mean, I don't want to know that my card's messed up.
Yeah.
I just keep.
Just surprise me with it in the mail.
Yeah, it's like $15 instead of $1.25.
Yeah, like they charge interest on it. Like what the fuck?
All right, so have you ever? I mean, this goes for us and our family big time right here.
Oh, for sure.
Have you ever like somebody's telling you a story? They're trying to get to something, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, and that one thingy," and they're trying to explain what something is, and they call it a thingy, but you don't know what they're talking about,
right? So they're trying to hope they rely on you that you know the thingy, so they can continue the story, wrap it up.
They're being lazy as fuck. They want you to fill in what they can't. But then they get mad at you because you don't know what they're saying. They're like, well, you know that thingy. I'm like, no, I don't know the thingy, and you should know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
Because it's your story. And then the best part, they try to do like charades or start trying to act out the thingy, and they start moving their hands or start doing stuff. I'm like, you're just making it worse because I completely don't know what you're talking about right now.
I promise you this too. Next time someone does that, pay attention to their hand gestures. And when you find out exactly what they were talking about, those hand gestures had nothing to do
with it.
They were throwing crip shines. They were like crip walking. Like, what the fuck are you throwing at me right now? Exactly. I'm putting on a red bandana. I'm like, I'm about to fucking shank this motherfucker. Keep throwing those
Especially because our family is Italian, so we automatically talk with our hands.
Yeah.
So then they're trying to explain something with their hands. It's like, that had nothing to do with your story. You talked about a story about you overpaying for something at Walmart or something. And you were, like you said, you're throwing up gang signs and shit.
Yeah. One of the number one offenders would probably be your grandmother, my aunt, 100%.
Oh, Lord.
Like, she would just be like, come on, you know that thing is.
Yeah, because she is the master of you telling her a story, then she tells someone else, and completely telling the wrong story. Yeah. It was like, I didn't tell you that at all.
You're like, did you know Everett's got AIDS? I'm like, what the fuck? I said I had a podcast. What are you talking about?
So I call you like, yo, you got AIDS?
Yo, you got AIDS from your podcast and you made me do your podcast? I'm like, I'm trying to give everybody AIDS, dog.
Right? Hey, sharing is caring, right? That's why we're family.
Hey, we all got the same thing. You can't make fun of me no more. All right, last thing. We're at this resort in St. Pete Beach. Really nice. I don't know exactly where we're at, but
somewhere in St. Pete Beach.
Yeah, somewhere in St. Pete Beach. We're on the bay side, and we actually got a really cool hotel. It's got like a nice nice deck on the back where we're hanging out, right, looking at the bay and all that. Last night, my brother decides, like, the deck that we're on, you can lift this thing up, you can basically jump off of it. And it's probably like, what, 15, 20 feet down?
Yeah, it's basically a boat dock. You know, you lift up the thing so people can get on the dock and get on shore from their boat. But like you said, Uncle Gerald, your brother, my uncle, decided to make it a diving board. Pretty much.
It's a boat dock, but it also has like a big deck where we sit at that's way higher.
Yeah, it's the boat dock that connects to the hotel.
It was pretty later too, right? It was like maybe 6 o'clock or something.
It was later than that because the sun was completely down. It was probably...
Was it that dark?
Yeah, the sun was completely down.
No, I don't think when we started.
Well, okay, when we got there, the sun was still out, but
so,
he was in there till the sun went down. So, yeah, probably around 6:37 we got back to the hotel.
Yeah, so he's jumping in there, and, you know, that's fine. You're a grown-ass person. You want to jump in there? We got flesh bacteria going on in the water right now. We got sharks out of control right now. But, yo, if you want to jump in the water, you're a grown-ass person.
You want to be the typical tourist. Be like, oh, no, it's fine. Go ahead, be the typical tourist.
Definitely. But now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Now he starts inviting the kids in. He starts with his kids. He's inviting them to jump into the water.
Which, again, do what you want. They're your kids.
Yeah,
I mean, still, but it's like, your kid. They're going to listen to you.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just be like, I wouldn't do that with my kid. But then now my kid is watching his kids go in the water. So
and doing the diving and all that.
What can I say? No? Am I going to be a terrible dad? I mean, I should. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's the right thing. Even if your kid's going to pout about it.
Normally I would. Like, my daughter's been in the beach since Cheryl's been here. That would have never happened because of the flesh stuff. I just don't take a chance. And jumping off that into a shark, like, I'm not taking any chances with my daughter. But we were talking about, like, New York, that the water doesn't get warm enough for sharks to come up there. Like, maybe they're up there, but maybe, what,
2 months out of the year, probably.
2 months out of the year. That's
warm enough for them to swim up there.
Yeah, exactly. So it made me think, like...
Was that the Atlantic or some shit?
Yeah, definitely Atlantic. So it made me think, do you think, like, sharks, if they only have 2 months in New York that they can actually chill there, do they leave Florida like 2 months before then and start going up to New York because it's like vacation time? It's like, look, we only got 2 months. We got to go eat somebody's ass in New York.
Right. Oh, for sure. I wouldn't doubt for sure that sharks and all different types of sharks have, like, already in their brain of where to go to hunt and eat their prey and things like that. So I'm sure as they're going up to, you know, the Northeast and the East Coast, they're easily like, okay, we can go there because it's warm enough for us to live, and there's a bunch of people out there because they only, just like the sharks, the actual humans only get 2 months out of the year
like,
to enjoy that one. So that's infested with a whole bunch of people as well.
It's like they're going up north to Golden Corral.
They're going to a buffet of people.
Yeah, just like a fucking smorgasbord for everybody up in that bitch. And I can see, too, like, as they're going to New York, like, some of the family members are like, hey, we're in North Carolina right now. Let's stop and eat somebody. And the dad's like, hey, we got to keep our eyes on the prize. We got to get to New York. We only got 2 months.
The great ride is like, nah, we got to keep going. We got to keep trucking.
We'll eat somebody in North Carolina on the way home.
Back, right? That's enough gas. That's enough fuel for us for the way back.
Definitely, yeah, no doubt. All right, yo, so let's wrap this up. I really appreciate you joining my podcast.
Anytime, cuz.
Ill House Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.